Hello again and welcome to a new video. This is our 2018 BMW 335 Xdrive Touring. This is the M Sport Shadow Edition. This car's covered just 31,261 miles with full service history with BMW. The car is finished in Sapphire Black Metallic. We've got a lot of really nice optional extras on the car. The entire car has been machine polished to a really high level. You can tell by the shine that the paintwork has come up really beautifully. I'm going to take you around the car and show you all of the spec on the car and talk you through that. So we're going to start at the front. I'm going to come in close so you can see these lovely LED lights. Now the light lenses on these headlights are really nice and clear, as you can see. We've got front and rear parking sensors, front fog lights. I'm going to show you across there. And the front bumper is in really nice condition. The Shadow Edition gets the black gloss grills as well. I just want to show you this panel. It's actually the top of the bumper where the badge is here, and it's free of chipping on there. We've got a few little tiny chips on the bonnet, which I'm just going to scan over and show you. But that shine has come up really beautifully. We've got a little, now they've only just been touched in, these little chips this morning. So they tend to show under the bright lights, and we tend to polish over them afterwards once the paint is hardened. There's a couple just up there showing in a line there, right bang in the middle. It's just where the light catches them. To the naked eye, when you're looking at the bonnet, I mean, look, if I come back out, it just looks really, really nice. Really nice. I think while we're here, I'm going to look down the side of the car, and you can see just how clean, and there's no ding dents on the car or anything like that. We come up onto the windscreen as well. There's no nasty chips in the windscreen. And we've got the panoramic roof with this car. We'll open up that when we jump inside. But all of the paintwork around the sides and at the back here, it's not got any bird dropping stains or any damage like that on the top. Really nice and clean all the way to the back there. You get sun protection glass, so the rear windows have that extra tint. Also on the Shadow Edition, the tail lights are darker. They're sort of tinted, a more smoked sort of effect with the LED lights. We've got rear camera back here as well. I'm just going to bring you around to the side here. Try and get that in better focus. There we go. So really gleaming. All of the gloss black in between the windows has been polished as well. All of the alloys are in really nice condition. We've got the M Sport brakes. These are the 19-inch 704 alloy wheels, running on Bridgestone Potenzas. Just come back round to the front and down the other side. And again, I'm just going to get down, show you down the side of the car. And the alloy driver's side front. Now the car's due to go in to be serviced with our BMW specialist, and we'll check the MOT status, etc. And then they plug the car in to make sure there's no fault codes in the vehicle of any description, and just give it a thorough check over basically. And then all that will go into the iDrive on the car and onto the BMW service platform. Just show you the driver door handle and down that door edge, because obviously this is the door that gets all the use. You can see it's really nice, no damage. All the way back to the rear quarter panel with the filler cap. And then if I come down here, you'll see that there's no damage on this back panel. Again, on some of these models, you'll see little dents and stuff where people reversed up into you know, things, hedges or whatever. But all in really nice condition on this one. Now the 335s are all Xdrive, so that's BMW's four-wheel drive system. It uses a transfer box with multiple plates in it. I think it's like a magnetic plates that basically all push together within like 0.2 of a second, so it can throw the power from the front to the rear to give you four-wheel drive. I think it's a 60-40 split generally. All along the top of the bumper is all nice. And then the carpets in the back. And then we've got the button up there to close the boot, but we're going to use the button on the key fob. Ooh, if you take your finger off it, it will stop. That's all closed down. I have the little LED lights just under the door handles there. Wow, look at that reflection. Now if we take a look inside, we have the black Dakota leather. We've got HARMAN KARDON sound system. So about 16 speakers in all, 2 in the door card there. There are speakers underneath the seat, up in front of the sat-nav screen there, and in the back of the car, and in the roof of the back of the car. No damage down here. Puddle lights there. And we've got a little rocker button here, and what that does, that inflates the bolsters either side to hold you in the seat. And then we've got the Pro Media. You can write on the top of this little iDrive wheel and put the destination in, etc., postcodes, or search for music. Got a heated steering wheel on this car. Let's just take you to the rear. And again, the door card, no damage on there. And all the seal. And then inside, all the seat base. And then you can put the center armrest down. I think there's cup holders in there as well. You've got a blind over the sunroof there as well. We'll come around the other side now. The parts where I'm going quiet are where I'm trying to work out where this yellow light is coming from. And I think it's just the sun at this time of day coming through the skylights. A bit frustrating when you're trying to keep the video nice and crisp. Okay, so yeah, again, all the door cards good on this side. Now I do know there was a little, it's where the seat belts touch. There was a little scratch just here. It's been touched in, it's very minor. You don't see it because it's on the inside. And a little ding dent just down there where it's obviously jammed down there at some point. But you don't see it, like I say, it's within the door shut. Back of the seats, all in nice condition. Not had a lot of use in the back. You can always tell by the leather, it's not got hardly any stretch, you know, any loose sections in it. So all nice in there. Just flip those lights off for a second, put them on also. Driver door card. So, trying to hold this steady, there we go. And all down the edge, All nice and clean, puddle light. Door seal, all the rubbers. All the way around. And the driver's seat, you can see there the bolsters, there's no wear on there. They've actually stayed in really good condition. Your steering wheel with your speed limiter and cruise control on the left. And then your mode button for the high beam assist. Sorry, not high beam assist, the heads up display. Let me just jump in. Probably easier for me just to start the car up. Let's flip those lights on for a second. So yeah, 31,261 the mileage. Now, the heads up display up on the top here, if we try and zoom in, okay, so just to the left of the registration plate, or in the center of the grille, you can just see me flicking through the radio channels. So this is where you can see either directions, your radio stations, your last dial calls, the speed, navigation, etc. And that's operated from here. Let me just zoom out. There we go. From here, change through the mode. I was hoping this new camera was going to be a bit quick to focus. There we go. So we press the mode button. We've got DAB. So we flick through the DAB channels. Press it again. Music collection. That's the 80 gig hard drive. Save stations. Back to DAB. If we press on phone, when your phone's connected, it will show you the last dialed numbers there. So that's your heads up display. We've got the touchscreen navigation. And if you press again, it will change the windows. You can also move the, what they call the tiles, most people, around. Press on the navigation there. Go over to the left, this is where you've got, if I move it down and up, you see all the sub menus there, map views. So we're currently in perspective. Now you can save these as shortcuts, these views. We'll put that on number 8, you see at the top of the screen there. Now if we want to change the view, rather than having to go in here every time, we could put this one in direction of travel. That's where you're looking down. Sometimes a better view for when you're in a city and you've got a lot of junctions, and you literally just run your finger over this lightly and you can just see up there the shortcut. We'll put that in. So if we press number 8 now, you can see it changes the view. So you can store radio channels if you need them in there, telephone numbers, etc. If we zoom right out, look. And we can also have Apple CarPlay fitted to the vehicle as well. A small cost. I don't think it's that expensive. It depends on what's on the car, but we can always get a price for that. If we go over to here, this is the music collection, as we mentioned. In fact, very easy to delete the phones on the BMWs. You come down to, where is it? Manage mobile devices, and then flip over to the right hand side, delete device, and delete there. So everyone else is deleted. We go back in there. That should drop out in just a second. Go on, let's try that again. Delete. Unless he's set, oh, he might be set up as one of the I forgot what the name is, but that we will get rid of that one. Let's try that one again. Delete, go over again. profiles, that's the word I was looking for. It might be in the profile list, so that might be why it's not deleting it at the moment. So we go, well, I'll sort that out later anyway. Your sounds in here for your HARMAN KARDON. So you've got your graphic equalizer over here as well, so you can adjust all that. We go back into the menu. Connected drive services, this is where you can take out different apps and have the news in here and Spotify and stuff like that. My vehicle is where all the settings are. You'll see on the right hand side everything that you can change in the vehicle. In fact, if we go into lights, because generally this is the interior lights are generally on sport, yeah, change it to classic because it tends to show up better on the camera. Move over there, and then your doors, etc. The tailgate, you can adjust how high the tailgate opens, so if you've got a garage and you don't want it to hit on the top of something, you can set it lower or have it higher. We'll leave it up there for now. Relock automatically, etc, etc. So let's come out of there. iDrive settings, this is where you've got your touchpad displays, etc. Heads up display will be in here as well. So this is where you can choose how much information is displayed on the heads up display. You can adjust the brightness, turn that up, the height, and the rotation sort of left to right like that. Come out of there, and then if we come down to this is where your driver profiles. Oh yeah, so it might be, in fact, if we delete these, reset driver profile, let's get rid of that. As you can tell, the radio's just reset all the stations, so that's just
not a guarantee.
Turn that down. And that one there, we can go into that one, and if you want to change the name you can do so in here. So you can delete the name. In fact, we'll put in there, for example, Prestige. You can write with your finger.
S-T-I.
Doesn't like my G, does it?
E.
Oh no.
G.
Oh yeah, we're in business.
E.
Prestige, press down. And we've got Prestige. Perfect. What's this one? We'll come back to that afterwards. So there's all your driver profiles. Let's come out. There we go, left actually. Vehicle status. So this car's also got the AdBlue as well. So what AdBlue does is the NOx that's emitted with a diesel engine, nitrous oxide, is basically split into nitrogen and oxygen, which is safe to breathe. So that cleans the diesel fumes from the back of the car. As I say, it's due to go in for a service or a service check. We start at the beginning down here. This is the pre-delivery check, and then there'll be oil and microfilter, which it had. It's 2 years or 19,000 miles, so you can see that was done on time, within the mileage. This is usually a brake fluid change, yeah. And then this will be a bigger service, I think. I know it's a vehicle inspection, so maybe, or this one here, that's the bigger service. Engine oil, vehicle check, microfilter, air cleaner, fuel filter. So it's had a big service. Just had it done in December actually, at 28,621. It's only on 31, so it's only done a little bit of mileage since then, but it'll still go in for a check over. In fact, I think MOT, yes, I think it's due to go in for an MOT because the car's got a a red sticker on the front, which usually means it's waiting to go to have some work carried out. So down here we've got dual climate control, we've got the heated seats as well, and then if we come down to the gearbox, this is, we've got our 8-speed gearbox. We can go over into sport mode, which if you look up on the display here, we've got, let's just zoom. There we go. So if I put it back in drive, you've got drive there. By the way, if you use the paddles in drive, when you're driving along, it will after a few seconds default back into drive like so. If you're in a sport mode, either on the gearbox, let's try and zoom out again, over here, because this is sport on the gearbox, it goes into S mode. If you then pull a paddle, you'll have to manually put it back into auto by pushing this back over, or sport auto back there. So if you're in a sport mode in the driving settings as well, you'll have to manually put it back into auto. Now, this car is fitted with the adaptive M Sport suspension. There you go. Now, the drive mode is in all of the BMWs, but unless it has adaptive suspension, it won't change the shock absorbers, because they've all got this configure sport, etc. And when you go in here, drive chain, chains, chassis, etc. But this car does have the adaptive suspension, and what that will do, there's valves in the shock absorbers that allow for stiffer dampening or softer dampening to adjust the quality of the ride. So you can get a more comfortable ride or a firmer, more responsive ride. You've also got sport displays in there as well. So just checking we're in neutral, give the engine a rev. And these are 315 PS, with about 310 brake horsepower, with lots of torque, about 630 newton meters of torque, I think it is. So very, very powerful. And in economy, let's just go back into economy a second. When you have all of this engaged, you can see down here the percentage. So if we reduce the speed that we want it to remind us to stay at, basically, bring it down to 60, that percentage jumps right up to 97%. Can you see that? Now, coasting, basically, that function, in case you're not familiar with it, when that's engaged, so you take it off, it drops by 10%, 87%. When you come off the throttle, there's no engine braking. It's almost like it goes into neutral, so you can come off the throttle earlier as you come up to a junction, saving you fuel. And all of that saving is displayed down there in the blue section, where it gives you the little fuel sign down here. Right, I'm just going to pull that handbrake back up. iDrive wheel with all of the shortcuts on there as well. USB in there. We have 12 volt socket here, and additionally there's another one up underneath the glove box. All the books in there. So we're going to jump out and show you under the, well, we've got folding mirrors as well. So I'm just going to jump out and show you under the bonnet. Just in case you've noticed that there is no glass in there, we had to replace this piece of black trim around here, and in doing so we had to take the glass out. Unfortunately it cracked, so we've ordered a new one. So we couldn't get it in time for the video, so that will be fitted back on there. It's just the glass that cracked, so it's having the anti-dazzle mirror glass put back in. Here's your engine bay. So the 335, they all say twin turbo on the top of the BMW engines, but the 335 truly is a twin turbo. It has two turbos, a smaller one that spins up earlier with lower exhaust gas pressure, and then the larger turbo kicks in after that. The 330 uses a single twin scroll turbo which has two inlet ports. So that's the difference between the two. And the 330 is 254 brake horsepower from memory, or PS. I'm hoping this video is going to come out nice and smooth. I'm trying to get used to this new camera. There's too many more settings. Technology is just getting too complicated nowadays. We don't want to have to make decisions, do we? We just want to point and shoot. Hopefully you can just see how nice the car's come up. We've got many different finance options for the car. Lease purchase, PCP, hire purchase, and we have some fantastic warranty packages. You can take an extended warranty right up to 4 years now, and on the extended warranty you can go into the local main dealers and have work carried out under warranty as well. It even covers oil seals and gaskets, so please give us a call if you've got any questions. Well, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I think I've covered everything, but all the spec will be in the advert. Take care, thanks for watching. Bye.